This episode of Brocky Tastes the Booze is brought to you by Hotaling & Co.
All right, what up, people? It's your boy Brocky, man. I'm here. Whiskey and Kicks is in the building again. We are here. It's Whiskey Wednesday, and you know how we do on Whiskey Wednesday. Brocky Tastes the Booze. So today, I am excited, even though I am dead tired right now. However, I'm very excited to try this whiskey. I have two selections here sent to me by Hotaling and Company. Hotaling and Co. I don't know if they want to be called Hotaling and Company or not, but Hotaling and Co. They sent me a bunch of stuff, and this is two of the selections. Is Old Potrero rye whiskey. One of them is a straight rye whiskey, and the other one is an 18th century style rye malt whiskey. So I already poured them. I had them sitting here just kind of, just y'all relax for a little bit while I set up the cameras and everything and all that good stuff. Get the ethanol off the top of that whiskey, and before we taste it, it just does a little bit. It does a little bit for the whiskey when you let it sit for a little bit. Believe it or not, all the other stuff I've told y'all that I've learned turned out to be true, like adding water. Matter of fact, where's my water? Adding water to your whiskey, moving your whiskey around in the glass, things like that. Those things turned out to be true. So I'm trying to tell you, I learned about pouring the whiskey a little bit earlier before you taste it, to let it sit, let the air get in there, let the ethanol get off possibly, and it'll make for a more pleasant experience when you taste the whiskey. And you're gonna get a better assessment of the whiskey when you do that. So first, let me thank Aleka once again, man. My girl Aleka. If you haven't watched our episode together, it was dope. We did a little sipping with Brocky situation, and we tried. What did we sip? We sipped the Hirsch straight bourbon, which is really good, really sweet, the way I like it. I love sweet bourbon, even though it has a high rye content. But anyway, not gonna get into that. We did all that. Check the video. We did that already. Check the video on YouTube. And let me know what you think. If you had it before, comment. And if you're watching this right now, subscribe to the channel, follow on Instagram, the Whiskey and Kicks Show, and Whiskey and Kicks on YouTube, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? Check the channel out, subscribe and all that good stuff. Share it with your friends, your peoples who like whiskey or any other type of spirit, and I'll rock with them. First up, Old Potrero straight rye whiskey. Let's see if I can, let me see if I find anything. I think I had something pulled up on this. Old Potrero single malt straight rye whiskey. This straight rye whiskey was aged in new handmade fine grain charred American oak barrels. In traditional barrel making, the cooper heats the stage. Now, when I first read this, I was like, do they mean copper? But no, I guess the cooper is an actual trade. Is that what it's called? Someone is a cooper. Like, I guess the cooper. The cooper heats the staves over a fire of oak chips, allowing them to be bent and formed into a barrel. During this process, the inside of the barrel becomes lightly toasted. By the early 19th century, coopers had learned that if they allowed the heat to continue, the inside of the barrel would burst into flames and become charred. Handmade oak barrels charred in this traditional manner impart a rich color and unique character to this rye whiskey. It's coming in at where are we at? We are at 97 proof. Coming in at 97 proof. Yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm not gonna front. I'm super excited about this 18th century style, but I'm excited about this straight rye. I mean, look at the bottle. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? Like and I won't say too much. I don't want to say anything that's not public information. But this bottle is beautiful, man. It's just it just calls me. It has an old feel to it. The lettering is old, has an old feel to it, and it just makes you feel like, I don't know, maybe you're in a western or something ready to shoot it out. That's the feel that I get from this. So let's go ahead and try this one out and see how we think. Yeah. Okay. Yep. It's light on the nose. I'm not necessarily picking up notes. Yeah, I'm getting that oaky type of situation. I mean, you get that from a good whiskey. Oh man, it's fruity. That is fruity. That is surprising. I did not expect that. That has some serious fruit notes. Man, that is nice. I feel like I just bit into a slice of pie almost, but not in a sweet dessert, sugary kind of way. The fruit, it's just the fruit notes just jump out of this whiskey. It's beautiful. Man, that's good. This is one of those whiskeys when your buddy comes over there, when he stops by, he's like, he's on his way to New York from North Carolina. He's like, yo, man, I'm about to pass through your area. Yeah, stop through for a second, man. And then you give him some of this, and he ends up sleeping in the guest room and heading out in the morning. This is something that you want to share with your friends, man, with somebody, and talk shop. This is really, really nice. I'm really impressed. Man, I like that a lot. Let me open it up. Let me see what that does. I'm almost scared to add water to it because I don't know. We'll see. Just one drop. Like, where do we go from here? It's so good. Man, my battery's getting low on my little audio thing. But let's see how this works out. This is real raw. This is Brocky, man. Whiskey and Kicks. I'm raw, man. This is, you gotta understand. I'm not acting like I'm anything else besides what I am. Wait a minute, man. This smells like French toast almost right now with syrup on it. So that drop of water brought out the sweetness. It brought out more sweetness. The fruity flavor, the fruitiness kind of moves to the back a little bit when I opened it up with that water. Yeah. So I'm getting like maple syrup when I add the water to it. I mean, it tastes like I just had French toast sticks, but in whiskey form. that's exactly what it tastes like. That's lovely. That's lovely. All right, let's get to this next one. We're gonna keep this quick and short. It's sweet. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it here too long. Let's get to it and talk about what we think. This is the Old Potrero 18th century style rye malt whiskey, and I'm not gonna hold y'all. I tend to not be the biggest fan of malted whiskey. I don't know what it is. I haven't done the research. I haven't looked into it to figure out why I don't care for it too much, or why I haven't cared for it in the few times that I've had it. But I haven't. So, Old Potrero 18th century style whiskey. Handmade fine grain new American oak barrels, lightly toasted in the traditional manner, impart a wonderfully subtle flavor. In the 18th century, barrels were made by heating the staves over a fire of oak chips, allowing them to be bent and formed into a barrel shape. During this process, the insides of the barrel will become toasted but not charred. For aging, several uncharred oak barrels, both new and used, to achieve the balanced complexity that complements this whiskey's traditional heritage. Coming in at 102.4 proof. So yeah, let's get to it, baby. Distilled out of San Francisco. These are out of San Francisco. That's where Hotaling and Co. is. That's where they are, out in San Francisco. Wow. So, oh man, that's beautiful. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I'm getting, like when I added the water to that and the sweetness, I'm getting that up front on this one. And it's toasty, right? I'm getting this toasty type of aroma. Oh man, and that sweet, like that French toast type of sweetness. Okay, that's nice. Not bad, baby. Not bad. Hold up. Oh man, that's nice, man. It's spicier than this one. I mean, the proof is higher, so it has a little more punch to it. Not unpleasant at all. Man, it's good. That is really good. Oh man, that's delicious. I'm not picking up the notes like I did on this one. See, when the air hits it, it does a different thing for me. I don't, is your palate like that? Like when you taste the whiskey and you kind of like, you swallow the whiskey and then you're kind of talking, like the air starts hitting your palate, your tongue, and your palate. Do you pick up things at that point? Because I do. I'm picking up apple. I get apple out of this. I don't know why, but I'm getting apple out of this. I didn't get it out of this one. This is a beautiful expression. I like it a lot. Yep, I like it a lot, man. This is really nice. Yeah, so this is rye malt whiskey, pot distilled from 100% rye malt and aged 2 years and 6 months in toasted fine grain new American oak barrel. Somebody educate me, because I've had a couple of malted whiskeys that were not rye and I didn't care for them. So what is the difference between a malted whiskey and malted and something distilled from 100% rye malt? Because these are malted whiskeys too. So am I missing something? Maybe it's just pure coincidence that I didn't like the 2 or 3 malted whiskeys that I tried. I just weren't fans. I was not a fan of any of those. So, but these I love. I love both of these. I'm gonna have these bottles too. I'm not plowing through these bottles, even though I could. I love these. Hotaling. Cheers, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for sending this to me. I highly suggest it. I highly suggest it. If you can find yourself a bottle. I've never seen these, but I wasn't necessarily looking for them. I didn't know about these like that. So this is a pleasant experience. So anyway, yo, I hope y'all got something out of this. Me doing my reviews Brocky style. If I'm not refined, I'm me. That's it. And I'm going to describe these whiskeys and these different spirits only how I could. That's it. It tastes like French toast with syrup on it. Not French toast without the syrup, but not as sweet. That's it. That's what you get. That's what we're getting out of this. You know what I mean? I'm gonna knock these out. I should mix them up. Ooh, let me drop a water drop in this one to see how it goes. I think I know what this is gonna do. I think the water is going to take away, and I don't want to use this in a negative way, and I always say this, but it's going to take away some of the harshness. I think that's what it's going to do. And that's almost kind of obvious, but it doesn't always happen like that. It doesn't. Oh my God. So, and it didn't on this one. I was wrong. So, when I raised that up to sip it, I mean, I just got a bottle of syrup. Oh, and it tastes so good because it's not like drinking syrup at all, but it tastes so good. That that aroma, you know, on the nose, that nose, you know, just helps with what you're gonna taste when you sip the whiskey. And man, that's beautiful. That's my kind of rye. I love it. Yo, man, it's Brocky, man. Whiskey and Kicks. Taste the booze, man. Brocky Taste the Booze. Whiskey Wednesdays. I'll see y'all next week, man. Y'all be good. Deuce.